In order to better understand basic fabric design and construction, we must look at the components of a woven fabric. Warp yarns are fed into weaving in a direction parallel to the selvages of the fabric. The filling yarns are inserted perpendicular to the warp. The edge of the fabric has a selvage, and with some insertion methods, there is a fringe. The fringe is created by the ends of the filling yarn projecting from the edge of the fabric and can be tucked back into the cloth with a tucking unit. The plain weave is the oldest, simplest, and most often used woven structure. It repeats on the minimum of 2 ends and 2 picks. This area is a single repeat of a plain weave. One can easily see that adjacent warp yarns weave in opposition to each other. When one end is up, the adjacent ends are down. After the filling is inserted, the warp yarns switch positions. The cross-sectional view shows the up and down movement of the warp yarn. Notice the blue and green warp yarns are moving in opposite direction to each other. Woven patterns are most often depicted on graph paper. The graph indicates how one would depict a plain weave. When the warp yarn is shaded black, the warp end is up and the filling is down. When the warp end is up, this is referred to as a riser or float. When the warp end is down, this is referred to as a sinker and is depicted by a white square in the woven pattern. Plain weave fabrics have the highest number of interlacings of any weave. The result of this dense weaving is a relatively low tearing strength, higher tensile strength, lower snagging, tendency to ravel less, and tendency to wrinkle more. The basket weave is a derivative of the plain weave. The most common of baskets is the 2x2 basket. The repeat area is 4 ends by 4 picks. All ends weave in pairs, as do the picks. The illustration shows a 2x2 weave, which gives a distinct checkerboard effect. In basket weaves, if both warp and filling risers are equal, then the weave is considered to be a regular or balanced weave. Other regular basket weaves are 3x3 and 4x4. All basket weaves are not regular. For example, a 3x2 or a 3x2 by 1 by 1 or a 3x1. The Oxford weave is also a plain weave derivative. In this weave, 2 warp ends weave as one, while each filling yarn weaves alone. In most cases, the warp yarns are half the size of the filling yarns.